cleaned up my. Boy, you're gonna get me in trouble. Oh boy. Oh, dude.
This represents one man's passion right here. Look how organized this dude is.
This is about a quarter of what I have.
Okay.
And I actually got this, finally organized it last year. In fact, look at this. Here's a truck that I won at Pyru for the Bassin for Abused Kids charity tournament. And in fact, the week before that, I went to Folsom and missed winning the boat. I believe I took a fourth at Folsom. Came close to having the truck and boat within 2 weeks apart. So that was a milestone and something I always cherish too. But
very cool.
Interesting. Yeah.
That's super rad. I mean, I see everything from hand-poured worms, West Coast style, to some big baits here.
Some hard stuff. We got some mix match stuff. But
super sick.
I don't have them out here. I gotta go in the house. To get them.
Okay.
But what I wanted to do is pull this beast out.
Okay.
But what I've done is just cataloged a lot of my baits in the shoe boxes.
Oh.
And actually, the Container Store is my friend. Actually, I do a lot of shopping there, and it's really compacted and compressed a lot of my tackle and plastics and stuff in shoebox type baits, plastic boxes, and not bags and bags. And actually, when you put these in your compartments, they take up every square inch, capitalizing on all your space.
Right.
So everything I have in my boat is just like this too as well.
Okay.
And everything's cataloged. I have the original.
Oh, snaps! Look at those things.
This is the original. This is the original formula. Formula.
Wow.
Power baits packed in there when I had my Berkeley Charlene sponsorship. I got bulk bags. I got a lot of plastics that I've been saving for certain times when I'll use them. This is my gold here. This is the gold nuggets and stuff that you just can't get no more. Really works well. I really limit my use on these, and the plastic is still good. The scent is phenomenal. Oh gosh, this is money right here.
That's your confidence.
This is money right here. And like I say, I don't compete anymore, but I'll tell you what, this stuff will come through.
Absolutely.
Okay? Definitely come through. So
that takes me back to being a kid, just walking up and down the aisle of the tackle store, you know?
And more power baits. I have plenty of power baits. Here it is right here, guys. Does that look familiar to anybody?
What do you guys know about that bait?
Can you tell me what bait this is?
That's a 9-inch generic trout.
That's right, but let me tell you, this bait back in the day was the beginning of the big bait deal back then, when really it was getting refined and taken to another level. In fact, this was stuck my first 7-pounder on this bait right here.
Sick.
And that was at Pyru. In fact, Mark Higashi was the one that gave me this bait. And that was 1999, I believe. 1999.
Look at that, man. I got a lot of personal history on that bait. You know, some of my first early bait fish came on that particular bait. I threw the 7.5 inch more at the time because I didn't have the confidence to throw the 9-inch or the bigger baits quite yet. But that right there has started this addiction for a lot of us here on the West Coast.
Oh yeah. And I look at this as a throw up color. It's just a funky color that's just.
I fish that exact color.
It's nothing. I mean, color, really, to be honest with you, is more of our issues than the fish's issue.
Agreed.
The zone, once they're in the zone, they tracking. Doesn't matter. Line, color, they'll eat it.
Guys.
They will eat the bait.
You know, I personally see a bait like this that's got wounds and scars and obvious wear and tear, and that is so much more beautiful to me than any of these new baits out of the package, because that all represents experiences, and typically with giant fish, and that's what gets me going. That's sick.
And then I'm going to go into
Look at that.
the cast steak, but I'm going to take it back further to the older version of it.
Oh man, look at that. That's the OG packaging right there.
Yeah, but this right here is money. That is money. And I'll throw that today, and I'll tell you what, it's a great bait. Catches big fish.
I love it.
And I got plenty of documented fish on this one here too.
Now my question is, man, what the heck were you throwing these big heavy baits on back then? Because, you know, everybody takes what we have available now for granted, not just baits, but like the rods, you know, that
G Loomis back then, we were using the salt waters, the musky rods,
the back bounce rods, probably, right? The salmon steelhead stuff.
Yeah, we were using
bit.
Yeah, in fact, Mark introduced me to that. That opened up my whole life to a whole nother dimension of fishing and 25-pound line. We started using 20. That didn't cut it.
That seemed like rope at the time,
yeah,
right? And then
20
all of a
pound,
sudden,
and then we got to step it up to 25, and you're using 30 now.
Yep.
And, you know, it's just like evolved, and I'll tell you what, the quality, everything that's been produced now since, it's just changed and made things easier in the sense.
Yep.
But you got to make sure you're at the right place at the right time, throwing and under the right conditions. Don't try to force feed your fish. You know, they're going to tell you what's happening. Yeah, you want to go out and catch a big fish, but it doesn't always happen. You know, you got to look at it this way. There's days you're going to get them and days you're not going to get them, but when you get them, capitalize on the moment. You know, enjoy the moment.
because it's special.
Catch and release, handle your fish properly, fish management, you know.
Yeah.
I use fish additives that I put in the live well, keep them stimulated, get your pictures, get them back out. You know, don't
Give them breathing breaks.
breathing breaks. Do not hold them out of water for 5 minutes like most people do.
Yeah.
If you're holding them out, put them in the water. Take them out, snap a shot.
Put them back in the well. Yep.
You know, but try not to keep their body weight lifted based off of your hand, compressing that jaw and creating they'll break. You will kill a fish by overly handling them. Even though you may think they're good, they swim off. A lot of times they'll have a heart attack, a stroke. These old fish are weak. You know, they're weak. Handle them with care. You know, to catch another day.
Yeah.
That's my tip right there. Is fish managing.
Good tip, brother.
Old school tip managing, but you know what? It worked back then. It works today.
Yeah.
Take the extra moment and do that. I guarantee you, our gene pool will stay healthy. We'll have more fish for others to catch down the road.
I love it.